Yeah, the lads performed excellently, didn't they? I think they gave everything. We lost lost control and went off script for a minute. Got carried away after we scored and go chasing things that we shouldn't. Opened the game up on one of the very few occasions that we did, and as it's going for us at the minute, we got badly punished for that lapse. And then, of course, there are some other things that we don't do perfectly. A bit too patient in build-up at the end when we're chasing the game. Not patient enough around the box where we're trying to thread it through sort of 7 red shirts instead of going wide and giving Carlos his 1v1s and getting balls in the box. So some other bits in the game, but in terms of a team going sort of toe-to-toe with one of the biggest clubs in the country and giving them a real run and being us and showing what we are. I was proud of what the players gave. I think they deserve huge credit for their efforts. They deserve to be on more than 1 point for 6 games, but that is the nature of the Premier League. So although we don't take points from our efforts so far, they deserve a lot of credit, as you saw from the reaction from the fans at the end, which is not a normal reaction to a team that's 1 point from 6.
You spoke a lot about how emotional the group is. Did you see that again in that moment, having got the equaliser to then concede the penalty? Yeah,
it was the error was born from emotion. Yeah, and okay, we've scored, let's go. Whereas when we were in a controlled shape and structure, and you don't, as talented as our group is, you don't want to open the game up to crazy situations against Liverpool because they've got some real top talent that can hurt you. So we tried to be aggressive, but from a real good structure and understanding, which we were. We weren't sat back. I have huge belief and faith in the team and in myself that we can come up with plans that give us an opportunity to be aggressive when we're ready to and cause big teams problems. But we don't need to be gung-ho and wide open, which we were for a minute. Yeah, so when you sat there trying to figure out what sort of changes to make now when we get to 1-1 and what it might look like for the next 10 minutes, all of a sudden that situation's taken away from you in a heartbeat off of just an eagerness to go and run, and but disappointed that they got badly punished for a very, very small part of the game that we lost our way in.
Cameron zoomed in on Mario in tears at the end of the game. Was that just sheer frustration, or was there another?
I'm not sure. He's disappointed. Of course, he hates losing, as we all do. But there is an understanding of where we are at this moment and what we have still been able. Yeah. So if 1 point from 6, you would expect a boo or cries for the manager to be changed or some negative reaction from a fan base. But what you see is them staying behind to clap their team because they see what they give. They show a good understanding of the situation at the football club. We've lost 2 starting centre-backs this week. We've rushed Totti back from a hamstring. And we've just gone out and shown everyone what we are, the best we can be, for as much of the game as possible. And I'm disappointed that it didn't do enough to get us a result, which we need and which we want. But I can only hold them sort of accountable to what I think they can give. And for me, they gave absolutely everything today. And I'm gutted for them that they came up a bit short again.
It's funny for me. Was Craig Dawson ill? And was Santi Bueno injured during the game?
Yes, Craig was one of the ones with the virus, so was still not feeling well at all today. And Santi Bueno felt something in his glute, so if we'd have not been behind, we'd have probably gone defender on to play in the back four. But obviously we were chasing, so Mario's capable of playing there, so I thought getting Tommy on to try and find some passes might help us. But yeah, a performance that the lads, they won't be because they're unbelievably disappointed, but they should be proud of what they gave this evening. And we need to keep going, which we will. They've suffered a lot over the last 6 games, having always been ready to go again, and we'll be ready to go again next week. We lost against Arsenal. We were ready from the off against Chelsea. lost against Chelsea, ready to go again, whether it's Nottingham Forest, and ready against Newcastle, ready against Villa. And if anyone thought there was any hangover and we were feeling sorry for ourselves, that's what the lads are still ready to show. So, I think they deserve a lot of credit for the way that they performed this evening with the difficulty of the week that we've had, on top of the situation. But of course, we need to make sure that we put some results on the board. I understand that, the lads understand that. But today was a good performance.
You're seeing enough signs, Gary, that the situation can and will turn soon.
Yeah, I don't even class it as a situation. If we'd have played these last 6 games spread out across the season, it would feel nowhere near as bad as it does at this moment. So it's the start of the league. Things haven't gone as we would want them to. But no, the team, no Premier League game will be easy. So playing Brentford next week will be just as hard. And then when Crystal Palace come here or whatever it is after Manchester City, they'll be just as hard. But what I can guarantee is that, and what you see, is that the lads will always be ready to give everything, and we will maximise, myself included, real belief in myself and in the group that we will maximise what we can achieve again this season. And whatever we do achieve will definitely be every last drop that we can get out of this group, because that's the way they're built. That's what I ask of them. And we'll continue to do that the whole way through.
Yeah, so.
What did you think of Andre's performance today? The challenge which got him booked, did you feel that was a yellow card?
I haven't seen it back. It looked like a good, strong tackle, but I can't see if it was slightly high, or I haven't seen it in slow motion, so I only saw it from pitch side. It looked like one that it would definitely have been deemed a good tackle a while ago, a few years ago, but I don't know. But yeah, I thought he played well again. I thought he's obviously added quality to us. Makes us a little bit more solid in there with the 3 of them in there. So lots of positives from Andre, and his English is getting better. His understanding of what we do is getting better. And he got through the 90 minutes without looking too fatigued towards the end, which is an improvement for him. Obviously, when he first came, he suffered a little bit with cramp and stuff, so he's getting up to speed. Now I can't wait till Monday to get him back in, debrief the game, get back on the grass. Let's go. Let's get ready for Brentford. Okay.
Your team selection's been quite consistent in the attacking position.
Yeah.
Just wondering, Carlos, you saw something a bit different, what you can give you off the bench?
Yeah. I'll have to watch it back to check all of his sort of moments and that. But I thought he gave us a threat. Yeah, I thought he did. There'll be some bits that he can tidy up, some probably bits that he won't be overly pleased with, but you can see he does give us a threat different to JJ. So nothing against JJ today. Obviously, I'll take him off quite early, but just felt we needed a little bit more impetus on the side, and maybe Carlos's fresh legs. And when people come off, they're always disappointed and they take it personally. But it never is. I love JJ, love what he gives. He's had a good start to the season for us, but I just felt that Carlos's pace and directness would help us today, and I didn't want to leave it till 65 minutes to see it. I just felt it was something that we could try and add early, and obviously it helps us, gave us a little bit of impetus. He had a part to play in the goal, and then unfortunately, as we've already discussed, we managed to hand the initiative back to them fairly quickly.